Hey, SadWC here, and today I'm doing a video on Transformers The Last Knight Deluxe Protoform Optimus Prime. Now this figure is a repaint of the Protoform Optimus from the first movie toy line, and it came in a 2-pack with a repaint of the MechTech Deluxe Optimus from Dark of the Moon. But I don't have that guy because I got this guy secondhand from eBay. I also don't have his accessories, unfortunately. I'm also going to say this now, instead of saving it for later. I'm using this figure as the 13th of the 13 Primes. Optimus Prime's ancestor, Optronica Prime. My OC, please do not steal. And with that out of the way, here he is in his entry mode. I've always been fond of this mode. I remember seeing the original toy on YouTube when I was younger and thought it was a really cool idea. An asteroid transformer. I've always loved unique alt modes like that. Botanica from Beast Machines, or Vomit Comet and Loose Deuce. Botbots was something else, dude. It's got some truck detailing, but kinda squashed. These warped wheels on the side, the thin angled windows, and this tiny little grille. He does actually have 3 normal wheels underneath, so it can roll, though it can be a bit wobbly. He's covered in these Cybertronian tattoos, which apparently say Prime. I didn't fact check it. And that is fitting for Optimus, but probably more fitting for the 13th Prime. The end does look a little incomplete with these very obvious toes. That is partially because one of his accessories is supposed to attach here to make it look like he's on fire entering Earth's atmosphere. For comparison, here is Earthrise Optimus Prime, another deluxe Cybertronian vehicle, Studio Series 86 Blur, his Earth mode, Studio Series 2007 Optimus Prime, a LEGO minifigure, my previous Transformers video, Age of the Prime Star Optimus Prime, along with the other Primes, and now without Star Optimus, as this is how I will be comparing the Primes in the future. And Earthrise Optimus Prime. Full transformation, we want to start by detaching these front panels. These panels here will then move back on a double hinge. Then you can take this entire bottom section and swing it down. Then these panels here will just fold back. And you can take these side sections and move them forward. Then if you swing them around, that will give you enough clearance to move this entire section around on a soft ratchet, which sounds kind of gross. Split the legs, fold out the feet, fold down the arms, flip up this panel, this piece, just fold it down and you can get your finger in there to push up the head, then fold that back up, and then this entire back piece will fold down. Sticks out quite a bit. And here is Protoform Optimus Prime in his robot mode. And this guy looks very cool. Not super accurate to the movie, but that's supposedly because the designer, Aaron Archer, didn't have much reference material to work with. Personally, I think it looks far better than the original deco. The darker grey does wonders to it over the sand blue of the 07 one. And all the silver highlights look great. He's also got a few red spots here and there, which really bring it to life. The windows, of course, end up on his chest, typical Optimus. He's got some detailing underneath that kind of looks like his grill abs, and the wheels are on his legs. The head is kind of weird, I feel. If I didn't know this was Optimus Prime, I probably wouldn't have guessed that it was supposed to be. It definitely has Optimus vibes, but it looks more like it would be a relative of Optimus, rather than Optimus himself, which is great considering I'm using it as his ancestor, one of his relatives. He's got light piping, looks very dead on camera, but in person it doesn't actually look that bad. But his big orange brain at the back does stand out. He's got quite the sizable backpack, just this massive strut and these 2 wings. Wish this could have folded back a little bit more. His accessories are a gun and a fire effect piece. I feel like the gun looks a bit oversized and the effect part is a bit weird. Kinda wish I had them, but I'm not distraught over it. For articulation, there is a swivel at the head and the panel underneath can move up and down a little bit. The arms would theoretically be able to move all the way around, but the kibble does get in the way. But they can move this far out. Elbow bend, bicep swivel, kinda limited wrist swivel, waist swivel. The waist is actually a ball joint, so there's actually an ab crunch. Legs can go forward this far, back this far, and this far out. Thigh swivel, knee bend, ankle pivot, ankle swivel, and a down at the foot. This guy is incredibly poseable, especially for an almost 2-decade-old mold. Apparently, articulation was the focus on this figure though, so I guess it makes sense. For comparison, here is Earthrise Optimus Prime, another deluxe Cybertronian vehicle, Studio Series 86 Blur, his Earth mode, Studio Series 2007 Optimus Prime, a LEGO minifigure, my previous Transformers video, Age of the Prime Star Optimus Prime, along with the other Primes, without Star Optimus, and Earthrise Optimus Prime. This guy's too small for a Studio Series display, Hopefully they make a new one at some point. When compared to the Primes from Age of the Primes, I think it works pretty well. Personally, in my ideal scale, the 13th would be the second smallest next to my Cronus, which would be around regular Voyager sized. But since the scale of the Primes from Age of the Primes is already so scuffed compared to what I would want, I think this works okay. Now, funnily enough, this isn't actually the only time that this has been used as one of the 13 primes, or even Optimus Prime's ancestor. Now, I'm using it as the 13th prime, but if I remember correctly, I've not read the Bayverse comics, but if I remember correctly, this design was actually used as a basis for Primer in those comics, and Optimus was the descendant of Primer. Now, I could be wrong, like I said, I didn't read those comics, but I'm pretty sure that's right. Ultimately, this figure is very good, especially for its age. Even more so when you factor in that it was designed in a single day. That's mad impressive. But what do other people think? That design looks really good. So good, it was in the movie for a bit. His articulation is really nice since it was designed with that in mind. Also, it was designed in a day. I like it. It does kind of look like the 13th. I wish it had less of a backpack. I still have the original bluish one from 2007, and despite the back kibble, I love it to bits. I also use him as my 13th. Twinsies. Separate from Optimus though, maybe an ancestor, making the Star Convoy body Optimus's most final form from when bestowed with the Zodiac. Pretty similar to how it works for me actually. As for the figure itself, it harkens close to the Protoform art they had around the 07 movie. Articulation goes nuts, and the alt mode is a weirdly pleasant mix of truck and comet. Really, I only have a few qualms with him. That back kibble doesn't peg together and can be a nuisance. And despite being able to store his blaster in comet mode, it feels like it only barely just fits in that little space. All in all, a lovely nostalgic shooting starbot. It looks alright as a Protoform figure, it just doesn't look much like Prime. The Protoform Optimus mold is one of the best deluxe classes of all time. Those who disagree have never actually owned him. This figure is absolutely fantastic. The posing is awesome. The transformation is awesome. If they wanted, they could repack this as a studio series because of how up to date it is. Always wanted one. Iconic movieverse figure. Would love to see a modern update to it eventually. Make sure to tell me what you think in the comments. But that's about it for this video, so I guess that's Salut BC out. Oh, yeah, Optronica Prime, she's a girl by the way. I hate Solus being the only one. That's Salut BC out. Next time is a red and blue truck.